I'm going to go ahead and film this video and just catch you guys up on what I've been doing this week for my Preptober and how I've been preparing. Oh my goodness, it is already the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. Or is today the 12th? I don't know what day it is, but we're almost halfway through this month, and it's like it's getting real. Like my goals, I'm setting my goals, and I'm gonna get. I changed it. I'm gonna get 25,000 words written in the month of November. Because I know me. I know I will blow through those 10,000 in like the first 4 days, and then just be done with the challenge because I've completed it. So I actually want to challenge myself. So moving the goalpost to 25,000. Now, if that becomes overwhelming, I will move it back because guess what? It's my challenge. Who cares? Do whatever I want to do. Besides quit. Do whatever I want to do besides quit. So it is what it is. So I did on Friday after work, I did go get this printed off. So I have my Preptober binder. I did just put it into this folder because I was about to spend all more money to get it all bound and cute. And then I was going to buy a cute little binder. They had little glittery binders, but then I was like, or my daughter has some folders left from back to school time. So we just use what we got, right? Anyway, so sitting down with this, and then I did find these papers from when I went to Incubator, their literary conference. There was a guest there, and she was talking about building your flagship series. And during that, she did give some resources that you could use to plan out your series. And I've also decided that this is going to be a series. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? But yes, I've decided that this is going to be a series, and I am getting so excited about it. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I never thought I would be doing this. And yesterday, I just want to share this with y'all real quick. So yesterday, I was sitting down, my daughter was gone, my dog was gone, they were both over at grandma's house. So it was like, okay, I have some time to myself. So I am going to sit down at the dining room table and just kind of like go through this Preptober planner and start getting things worked out so that I can have a clear vision of where I'm going come November. And then I had this thought like, what are you doing? You could be doing anything else in the world on your Saturday off during the day, kid free, dog free, no responsibilities. And I'm working on my book. That was like a revelation for me. Like, that is crazy because it's really like I could have been doing anything. I could have been watching a movie. I could have been watching a good old documentary. I could have been doing anything. Especially, I could have been doing something that could have been making me some money. This isn't making me no money. But I'm having so much fun doing this. This is just, is this what they mean when they say like passion? Is this what they mean? Like you'll do it for free because Saturday alone? And you're planning out a whole series at this point? Craziness. Anyway, so I'll insert some footage here because yesterday I did spend some time at the library crafting the planner as well. I was really like shocked, like, bro, you were really doing this? You're really doing this. Like, no one's making you do this. There's not, a get out of jail free card at the other end. There is no guarantee of anything. I'm not even expecting anything. I'm really just doing this for fun, and this is how I'm spending my free time. Who am I becoming? Who am I becoming? What is happening? Pages. So I kind of mind mapped everything here as far as who my characters are, what are their thoughts, what is their backstory, what is their trauma, what is the internal conflict ultimately going to be. I did do one of those personality tests as well for my main female character. I did not do one for the male character. I'm still like researching, like, how do I get into the mind of a man? Because I don't know what they think. So that is my next set of things that I need to do in this upcoming week is do research on like how do I talk from the internal of a man when I, especially a healthy man, a man that is going to be ready to be in a healthy, long term committed relationship. What is that man's thought process? That's what I need to do some research on to figure that part out. Because that's just baffling to me. But anyway, so I got that. And then yesterday, I haven't settled on the exact name yet, but I am making my whole universe right now. And in my universe, the city, I'm trying to come up with the city names. And I've come up with so many good ideas, but then I'm like going back through and kind of like using Chat GPT to help me be like, is this name used in any fictional movies or books or TV shows or whatever, so that I don't have the same name as somebody else's city. Um, because that would be just weird because you already are familiar with that world. I need you to be familiar with my world because it's lit over here. And then I did narrow down all of my characters' names as far as first and last name go. I do have their friends mapped out, their parents, and any other prominent people that will be connected to them. I do have all of that mapped out. So we are just making some waves. We are just making some waves. And then I did spend some time yesterday just like laying around watching old romance movies, just trying to get a feel for now that I'm looking at it through this set of eyes as a novice writer. I'm like, let me see how the story is plotted out. Let me see how this is going. Of course, I'm always reading. I'm always reading. But right now, I'm reading some nonfiction. So that's not really helpful. But it's helpful for me because I'm watching the TV series and it's an adaptation of the book. I'm uh so I'm taking a look. I want to read the book. So that's what I'm reading. Fun. Now I am afraid that I'm not gonna be good enough to do this. I am afraid that the first book is not gonna like make it. I am afraid that this thing that I am having so much fun doing, I'm gonna be bad at. And so I have been struggling with some self sabotage where I'm like, no, but I will say I am a part of some Facebook groups, quite a few writing groups on Facebook, and I did start this is my YouTube channel anyway, but in the community that I'm finding here on YouTube and through the community that I'm have on Facebook groups, I'm really starting to be like, okay, I'm not the only person that's dealing with this. I'm not the only person that feels like this. But me being a novice writer, and I just I just didn't think that I would be doing this. This was not on my life bingo card. But I am, like I say, I'm super excited to do it. I'm having so much fun. I just don't want to not have fun. And sometimes I do fear that sometimes when I do enjoy something, I do go like too hard in the paint in the beginning. And then I end up not being in love with it as much as I used to. And I just don't know if it's because like you go through some ebbs and flows of the journey, and then I'm just kind of like, I don't want to do this anymore because there's the potential to fail, or if it's like I'm afraid that I'll be really good at it because I am good at most things that I do, and I'm like a very creative person. So most things that I do start, I do like excel. And the last thing that I started, which I am still doing, which is my artwork, because I am an artist. I started that in 2020 during the pandemic, and then it just kind of, for me, it kind of took off. And it was something that was unexpected. It was something that I was just doing because we were in the pandemic, and I was like, I need to find something that's going to ground me so I don't lose my mind. And during that time, I found painting and abstract painting, and it was just the one thing that could keep me up until the sun came up. And I could just paint. It just was like so freeing for me. And then I started to just become desperate in a sense where I started making like all of these side one-off products just because I know that it would bring some money in and I could make some money off of it, but it wasn't anything that I really truly enjoyed. So I did take this year off. I took this year off so that I could find my passion and figure out what direction I wanted to take my art business in, and I did do that. I did figure that out this year. I only want to paint paintings that I want to paint. I don't want to be responsible for your commissions, because the ideas that I have in my mind are my ideas. And when you come and you tell me that you want it to look like something that I had painted prior, but you wanted in these particular colors, and it just kind of blocked my creative process and it just became work. It became work. And I was like, this is not why I signed up for this. I really like painting being like my sacred safe space, and that's how I wanted to keep it. But then I just started, it just took off so fast. I even became an art teacher. Like within the first year, I became an art teacher for an after school program, after school nonprofit program. And that was amazing. I had such a great time doing that. But I always felt like, how am I here? I did not go to school for art. I did not go to school for this. Like, this was just something that I really just like to do. I picked up on it and it just kind of took off for me. So I am afraid that with the writing, that what if it picks up for me? What if I start to feel like I'm not good enough to be in this space? What if I start to, and those are things that I have to work through. And I am in therapy, so these are definitely things that I've talked to my therapist about and we're working through them. But I got it bad, y'all. So I have been kind of like trying to chill on this, like chill. That is a fear of mine as well. I mean, I tell you, being a creative, and then I don't feel like my brain works the same way that everyone else's brain works, and it's strange, to say the least, especially like when I have close connection with other people whose brains I feel like work well or work properly normally. I don't even know, because maybe mine works normal, maybe theirs don't work normal. I don't know. But when I'm like, why do I feel these feelings? How come other people could just start and just keep going? And how come I can't do that? Does anybody else deal with that? I mean, I know other people deal with that because I know I'm not alone in this, but how do you get through it? Like, I want to talk to someone who has already experienced this and been here and then been through it. Good or bad? I just want to know, like, did you feel better? I don't know. Also, when you have character names, do you like fact check those names to like make sure that no other character has these names? And then if another character has these names, do you change the name? I mean, if it's like a prominent character, I would change the name. That was the other question I had, because I'm doing that with my cities because I don't want to, but I didn't think about my characters' names. I need to ask. I mean, I guess I'm asking that. I need to get an answer to that. And I did see today on this Facebook group that you can use song names in your book, but you can't use the lyrics to the song in your book. So that's good, because then that could be like, I can drop a song name. Because I want this to be real relatable, because when I read things, if I'm starting to like really get into the book, I'm definitely going to be like Googling, is this a real place? If it's a real place, I want to go. Does it really have these things there? Because if they do, add it to the list. I want to go. So I want to add, even though it's a fictional world, I do want to add in some of my favorite places, from that city. Because, yeah. But I don't know. At this point, I feel like I'm just rambling on just because I said I was going to put out a video once a week, and I'm going to do that. And I did film some like what I call B-roll or whatever from like when I was out and about. But filming in public is just something that's like, even sitting in a car right now, being a content creator is not for the weak. Not for the weak. To be sitting in a public space and you got your camera out and you're talking to it. But I did see a girl yesterday. She had her tripod set up and she was sitting out on the side and she was recording. And I wanted to drive. When I rode by, I was like, yes, girl, yes. Because one day I want to be that bold, that brave, and to do that and to just like lean into it. Just like lean into it. Because it's like if you're going to do it, you're going to just have to do it. You're just going to have to lean in. And what day did we go to Barnes and Noble? We went to Barnes and Noble on Friday. So we went to Barnes and Noble on Friday, and I wanted to record in there. I see the girlies over here and on TikTok, and they walking back and forth. I wanted to do that and kind of be like, oh, me and my daughter at Barnes and Noble. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I instantly got embarrassed when I put my camera out. Like I don't know what that is because other people do it clearly. But what is it? Why did I instantly get embarrassed? I was like, ooh, put that down. And then I like recorded, but it's like from right here because it was like it could look like I was just looking at my phone. I don't know. It's a bad angle. I will say that. Yeah, and like I wanted to record at Trader Joe's, like kind of do like a day in the life of like working a 9 to 5, being a mom, writing a book. Now y'all know I have an art business. Like just kind of like this is what I do. This is my little creative process. So, but just like being out in public and recording was just like something on a whole nother level that I was like, even sitting in the car right now, it was this lady that was coming out the building from over there, and I moved the car over here, and I thought she was leaving. She's sitting in her car. Say hi. This is Phoenix. This is Phoenix. Come in here. All right. Anyway, so okay. Okay, dokie. Okie dokie. Look at this baby. Negative comment. The negative thoughts are gonna come. It just comes with the territory of doing something that you have not done before. They're gonna come. But you just have to overcome them. You have to know that they're not true. You have to keep pushing through. You got to say, and so what if I fail? If I fail, at least I wrote the first draft. But if you write the first draft, you'll most likely go back and edit said first draft because you think it's horrible anyway, right? You feel like you failed anyway, right? So you'll go back and edit it, right? And then because of who you are, you'll think that that one sucks too. So you'll go back and edit it again, right? Yeah. So that's 3. You may even do it a 4th time. And then you'll probably go and you'll probably hire someone, affordable agent, get with some of these Facebook groups, maybe do some peer to peer. You'll have it looked at. And then at that point, we'll probably do like a little mock up cover, a little direct to print, you know, print on demand type thing. And you at least get you a version for you to read, right? You at least have it on your bookshelf though, right? And now you've written and created a novel. So that's a win. Even if it's just for you, that's a win. Everybody's not New York Times bestseller. That's okay. Maybe I'm just local bookseller. Maybe I'm just social media bookseller. Maybe I just wrote this project because it's something that I can pass down to my family, because it's gonna be some jewels in there. It's gonna be some, it's fiction, but it's gonna be some life lessons in there. It's gonna be stories in there. Something I can pass down. So if nothing else, you've done it. That's a win. Man, we got this. Stay locked in, stay in purpose, stay in prayer. There's a lot of craziness going on right now.